Air France check-in, web, self-service kiosk and counter. A passenger can check in online up to 1 hour before the scheduled departure time of their flight with Air France check-in starting 30 hours before departure. Airlines like Air France, KLM, Delta Airlines, Kenya Airways, and others offer online check-in services. A passenger can select their seat during the web check-in process, purchase additional baggage allowances, and request special dietary requirements during the online check-in process. Checking in online allows passengers to receive their boarding pass on their mobile devices or print it out before arriving at the airport. The self-service kiosks at some airports allow passengers to print their boarding passes and drop off their checked bags after checking in online. If a passenger checks in online without checked baggage, they can go straight to security control with their boarding pass. Check Air France's website for any specific requirements and restrictions related to online check-in or contact the airline's customer service if you need assistance. Air France check-in, how do I do it? Air France flights offer passengers various check-in options before or after arrival at the airport. Online check-in, self-service kiosk check-in, Air France counter check-in. What is the check-in time for my Air France flight? To ensure a smooth security check, we recommend arriving at the airport 2 hours before departure. Check-in deadlines are specified on your electronic ticket for each Air France flight, French acronym, HLE. Depending on the departure airport and destination, check-in deadlines range from 15 to 90 minutes. Any airport in metropolitan France except Paris Charles de Gaulle. In 30 to 40 minutes, you can be in another French or European city. In other countries and overseas departments of the French government, the journey will take about 60 minutes. From Paris Charles de Gaulle to the journey takes 40 minutes within France, Europe, within the Schengen area, Great Britain, or Ireland. France, the European Union, outside the Schengen zone, Israel, Algeria, Cairo, Morocco, Tunisia, and South Africa are all within 60 minutes of Paris. Africa, except Algeria, Cairo, Morocco, Tunisia, and South Africa, in 90 minutes. From Europe, except metropolitan France, London City and Brussels Midi are 15 minutes by TGV from Paris Charles de Gaulle to. From Europe to French regional cities, it takes 30 minutes. A 40-minute flight between Europe and Paris Charles de Gaulle. You can get there in 50 minutes from Kyiv, Milan, Moscow, St. Petersburg, and Yerevan. From Istanbul, it takes 60 minutes. From other regions, outside of Europe, it takes 45 minutes from French overseas departments and territories, excluding French Guiana, Guadeloupe, and Martinique. Approximately 60 minutes from all regions, except those listed below. The flight takes 90 minutes between Cayenne, Guadeloupe, Fort-de-France, and Martinique. Abidjan, Abuja, Antananarivo, Bamako, Bangui, Brazzaville, Cairo, Caracas, Conakry, Cotonou, Dakar, Djibouti, Douala, Freetown, Kinshasa, Lagos, Libreville, Lomé, Nouakchott, Ouagadougou, Port Harcourt. Yaoundé is a 90-minute flight from Cayenne. Air France online check-in. Check-in is available online whether you will be traveling alone or with a group, without or with baggage. Likewise, if you are checking in for your return flight within 24 hours of your departure, you can do so as well. You can check in via your mobile phone, Air France app or mobile website, regardless of your service provider or mobile telephone model, if you have internet access. Delta Airlines and Air France flights departing from Atlanta and Detroit should check in 124 hours in advance of departure. Restrictions. Checking in online is not possible with Air France when animals in the hold during travel. Train travel is included, except Brussels and Strasbourg. Flying Blue Miles has been used to upgrade. During a stopover, the airport must be changed, except for Paris Charles de Gaulle and Paris Orly. A seat has been reserved for an extra person. Flights departing from Sofia, operated by Air Bulgaria. Air and rail trips that include a rail segment departing from Strasbourg or Brussels, as well as flights from Algiers, Cairo, Havana, Mumbai, Punta Cana, Tunis, etc., as well as flights between Paris CDG and Marseille and Tel Aviv, can be accessed via online check-in, but you cannot obtain a boarding pass unless you present the check-in confirmation, printed at the end of online check-in, to the check-in counter or e-services counter at the airport. Options. Online check-in allows passengers to: you can check in simultaneously for your connecting flight or return flight within 24 hours of your departure if your itinerary includes them. Select passengers. You can check in up to 9 passengers at once from the list of passengers booked in the same booking file. Choose your seats or purchase Seat Plus for extra legroom. Seat numbers are automatically assigned to passengers. You can choose your seat and the seats of the people who will be traveling with you. Add additional baggage allowance, at least 20% off airport rates. Baggage tags and receipts can be printed at home, along with your boarding pass. For flights departing from the EU, color printing is required. Luggage tag holders are available at the airport. During online check-in, you can request your boarding pass in the following ways. You can print one side only, letter size. By email. You can do this on your mobile device. Check-in counters or self-service kiosks at the airport. You must check your baggage before the check-in deadline. At the airport check-in counter or express counter, follow the express signs after tagging your baggage yourself at a self-service kiosk. Certain airports in metropolitan France offer express drop-off. Air France self-service kiosk check-in. Self-service kiosks allow you to check in before the check-in deadline of your flight. When traveling alone or with others, carrying baggage, with a reduced rate, proof must be presented upon boarding, or with a connecting flight, self-service kiosk check-in is available. At the self-service kiosk, simply enter your e-ticket number or reservation number, or bring your Flying Blue card, debit/credit card, or first and last name, not necessarily used for payment. You can also use your passport to identify yourself at certain kiosks. A self-service kiosk allows you to check in the following ways. If your ticket is modifiable, switch to an earlier flight. You must check in for your return flight within 24 hours of arriving at the airport. Make sure the Flying Blue card number associated with your flight has been registered. You can confirm your seat or change it. A trip summary can be printed. In the US and France only, the self-service kiosk can be used to pay additional fees. Purchase options: additional baggage allowance at airport rate, Seat Plus. Tag your luggage yourself. Your boarding pass and baggage tags will be printed out by the self-service kiosk. The express counter and/or the departure gate are where you should drop off your baggage. Counter check-in for Air France. If traveling without baggage, you only need to check in once for round-trip, same-day flights within Europe or France by showing your photo ID, electronic ticket, reservation number, or Flying Blue card. A dedicated check-in counter is available for passengers traveling in the Premier and First cabins, as well as Business and Premium Economy cabins. Flying Blue, Silver, Gold, or Platinum members have priority check-in counters at most airports. Boarding. When you check in before arriving at the airport and do not need to check any baggage, you no longer have to worry about the check-in deadline and you can arrive at the airport a bit later than expected. If you are not present at the boarding gate by the boarding deadline, Air France may cancel your reservation. The border guarantee expires after a certain date, depending on your departure and arrival airports. There is a 15-minute grace period for flights between Paris, Orly and metropolitan France destinations. Other flights, 20 minutes before departure. Thanks for watching.